Live high school sports action on Centracom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Community College for the 2A state tournament. Time for the starting lineups. First off, the visiting team, the 6th-seeded American Preparatory Academy West Valley Eagles. First off for APA West Valley, running number 2 is a freshman guard, Shamarke Umbuera. Number 10 is a junior guard, Peter Hakim. Running number 11 is a junior forward, Komi Akwar. Number 13, a senior forward, Adas Halaba. And number 24, a junior forward, Brandon Argumedo for the Eagles of APA West Valley. And again, they are coached by Cameron Wood. And now the starters for the Kanab Cowboys. Here's Scott Langford.
Yeah, the Kanab Cowboys start 5 seniors and a sophomore. The sophomore, number 11, Cale Glover, 7.7 points per game. A senior, number 5, Derek Brown, averaging 7.1. Jordan Cornell, the sharpshooter for the Cowboys, 14.1, playing the guard line. Wears number 23. Number 24, Logan Little in the middle, averaging 7.4. And then Kason James, 15.4 points per game, wearing number 34. Jared Glazier, the coach for the Kanab Cowboys.
Just about ready for the tip-off. As we get ready for that, let's give you some Kane School District keys of the game. Kane School District rigor, relationship relevance. Every student, every day. We'll get those after the tip-off. Logan Little will jump it for Kanab. Adas Halaba for APA West Valley. The tip is up. It'll be controlled by Little. Any Kane School District keys of the game here, Scott?
Well, tempo, and if the Kanab defense can slow down APA West Valley, have a chance. APA West Valley wants to turn this into a track meet.
Left side corner, Glover has it, drives baseline, bounces across for Brown, couldn't quite handle it, tips it back out to Cornell. Cornell drives right side, fakes the pass, hands off to James, steps to the defense for the easy right-hand lay-in. 2-0, Kanab strikes first.
Well, that's what you talked about before with Cornell, just making things happen. He penetrated deep, dish off to James.
So 2-0, Kanab with the early lead on the Kane County Hospital scoreboard. Left side high as a core, he'll come out to the volleyball line to Umbuera. Now hands off to Akeem. Left wing, it goes back to Akwar. They're playing deep with that college line out there.
It distracts a little bit, for sure.
Left side is Akeem, comes up top to Umbuera, able to split through the defense, puts up the runner from 12 feet too hard, and Little has the rebound for the Cowboys.
Yeah, nice idea, just a little hard off the back of the iron.
Up ahead to Cornell, right side. Back up top, it comes Glover. Right wing back to Cornell, thought about the deep three, now drives in, got cut off on the junction, kicks it back out left side to Glover. He'll come back to Cornell, left side to Glover. He's holding, bounces high post to James. James working his way as he was spinning around. Now goes up high off the glass. No good, but free throws coming for Kason James.
Well, and that's the danger of Kason James. As he started to look to pass, people spread off of him, gave him the lane to the bucket.
So now he steps up to the Glazers at Family Market free throw line. The foul was called on Brandon Argumedo. His first, team's first. First one for James. Good, nothing but net.
Yeah, 3-0 run by the Cowboys. And Kason James with the strength and the size, he's going to be trouble all morning long.
Second free throw from James. That one is good. So 4-0 Kanab with the early lead. 6:42 to go in quarter number 1. Across the timeline comes Akeem. He'll go left wing, Argumedo. Back up top to Akeem. High post he goes. Right wing, they swing it into the corner now to Akwar. Pump fake, got James to fly by. Steps to his left. 3 on the way. No good off the rim. Rebound knocked out of bounds by APA West Valley. Kanab basketball.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, he can take a shot anywhere, can Akwar. And he did a really nice job just going to his left. That one dribble shot, just a little bit off the mark.
Now back the other way comes Kanab. Right side high is Cornell. Back up top to Glover. High post to James. Right wing Cornell. He'll take the deep three. Short off the rim. Backside rebound by Brown, and a foul called on the rebound to go against Derek Brown on the push. Yeah,
Brown, if we see a replay, Brown actually, I think, extended that arm just a touch on the rebound.
So 4-0 Kanab with the lead on the Kane County Hospital scoreboard. Driving baseline now is Akwar. Goes up and under. It got to block. He wanted the foul call. Didn't get it as he missed off the bottom of the backboard. Back the other way comes Kanab. Left wing it goes to Brown. Brown comes out to Glover. High post to James. James lobs in for Little. High-low action with the right-hand baby hook. Logan Little knocks it down.
Yeah, 6-0 run by the Cowboys. And again, getting everybody involved. That time James drew the defense, passed off to Little.
Left wing, Argumedo. Pump fake into the corner. He goes to Akwar for 3. Knocks it down. A Lumber Plus three-pointer for Komi Akwar.
That stops the 6-0 run by the Cowboys. 6-3.
So now the Kanab comes the other way. Right side high is Cornell. On the wing, got the defense to go by, skips it over to Brown, comes up top to Glover, high post James. James goes left side to Brown, kicks it back out to Glover. He'll take the deep three, rattles it in, a Lumber Plus three-pointer for Cale Glover.
Well, just a sophomore, he sometimes gets overlooked in the shooting, but he's another player that you can't leave alone.
Right wing is Akeem, goes high post to Halaba, 14-footer from the junction, too hard. Little, the rebound for the Cowboys. Now Glover's going to walk it up.
Little collision between James and Little.
Little got the better end of it.
He did.
Probably doesn't happen very often. Derek Brown on the backdoor cut misses the shot short, and the rebound goes to APA West Valley.
Well, and Accord gets a block shot on that as Brown tried to redo the tip, put that back up and in. He blocked it away.
High post to Halaba, goes right wing Mbuera, back to Halaba on the wing. He'll rise for three. Nothing but net, a Lumber Plus three-pointer for Otis Halaba.
You know, and the danger of the size of the APA West Valley players, they are long and they don't really need much space at all to shoot that shot.
9-6 is your score. Kanab with the lead on the Kane County Hospital scoreboard. Right wing Cornell quickly into a jump shot three. Off the back of the rim, no good. Accord the rebound. He'll bring it the other way for the Eagles. Down the left side of the floor he comes. Hesitates, looks to drive, got cut off, passes right side. Mbuera able to grab it. Comes up top Argumento, back to Mbuera, into the corner to Accord. Guarded by James. He'll lob down to Halaba, being double-teamed, gets inside the key, fades away from 14 feet, and got it to go off the front of the rim.
Tell you what, that was a very tough shot, as Logan Little played that perfectly. Just a great shot.
5-0 run now by APA West Valley to pull within one. Up top is Brown, left corner to Glover. Open three from the base, running the baseline, he knocks it down. Another Lumber Plus three-pointer for Cale Glover, he has 6.
These two teams are on fire from the outside and inside. I don't have stats, but wow, what a shooting percentage.
In the corner is Accord. He'll lob out for Akeem. Picked up by Cornell. Comes out to Mbuera. Left side back to Akeem. He'll rise for the deep three. Off the rim, no good. Rebound out of bounds. Canal basketball.
Yeah, that one looked good, just a little bit short, but these two teams scorching the nets.
Into the game now for APA West Valley, Thon Mapur and Moses Duan also going to come into the game. They'll come in for Mbuera and Argumento. Moses Duan is big, strong kid.
Also checking in for the Eagles, number 22, Moses Duan.
3:21 to go in quarter number one. On the King County Hospital scoreboard, 12-8, Kanab. Right side high, Cornell. Up top, Glover. Guarded by Duan, comes left wing to Brown. Into the corner now to Cornell as he runs the baseline. Comes back out to Brown, up top, Glover. As they redirect traffic. Left wing high to Brown. Right side high, Cornell, into the corner to Brown. He's going to drive in, got past the defense, bounces underneath for James, got past him, picked up by Little, kicks to Glover. Glover dribbles in, hands off back to Little, up top Cornell. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Thought about the deep three, now takes it off the dribble. Nothing but net. A Lumber Plus three-pointer, Jordan Cornell.
He's got one of the quickest releases I've ever seen.
So Kanab responds with a 6-0 run of their own to go up by 7. Up top, Hakeem. High post, he goes to Mapur. Right wing high to Duan, back out to Hakeem. Left side to Halaba, pump fake, drives in, pull up 10-footer. Nothing but net. Halaba with 7.
Yeah, really nicely done by Halaba as he found the open space. Didn't penetrate too far.
Now Cornell transition three. Nothing but net again. A Lumber Plus three-pointer. Cornell with 6.
So in this game, already 8 3-pointers between these two teams, 4 for the Cowboys.
18-10, Kanab with the lead. Pass on the baseline, got touched by Brown. Out of bounds off of Kanab, APA West Valley basketball.
Now Preston Houston will check in, and Brown will take a rest. A lot of seniors on this Kanab team. They go about 7 seniors.
Lob got tipped in by Cornell, picked up by Mapur. He'll miss the 15-footer from the free throw line. James the rebound for Kanab.
Cornell with a really nice block out underneath that allowed that just to fall down to James.
Cornell hands off in the corner to Houston. Houston comes back out to James. Nothing underneath. Picked up tight by Duan. Takes a bump, goes to the floor, and a foul called on Moses Duan.
Yeah, and Duan, really nice job of sportsmanship. Just caught the toe of James, tripped him up, and he helps him up.
So 18-10 is your score. Kanab with the 8-point advantage. Derek Brown just left the gym, right back to the locker. I'm not sure if something happened as to why he came out, but he just left. So we'll try to monitor that situation for you.
Brown's one of those kids that does a lot of the other things for the Kanab Cowboys.
Great defender for Kanab as now Glover tries to get it inside to Houston. Got tipped out of bounds by Duan. Remains Kanab basketball on the baseline.
Yeah, nice tip out on the baseline. This could be a high-scoring game.
Yeah.
If it continues this way.
Which favors APA.
It really does.
But Kanab right now obviously matching them, more than matching them with the 8-point lead. Houston's pass is intercepted and knocked away, but taken away by Otis Halaba. So Kanab turnover, their first of the game.
They've got that the first for either team.
Yeah. Left side high is Akwar. 1.5 to go in quarter number 1. He'll lob high post to Halaba. Steps to the left junction. Tries to pass it out. Got it over to Mapur. He'll come back out to Duwan. 15 seconds in the shot clock. Back near the timeline to Akwar. Hands off to Hakeem as they reset. Right side high, Duwan working against the Kanab 2-3 zone. Halaba has it. Backdoor pass taken away by Janes. Janes going the other way. Drives the middle. Kicks it right side to Glover. Lobs back for Janes on the right side low block. Got Halaba to go by. Bounces it off. It got tipped by Mapur, but still goes in the rim.
Yeah, didn't matter. I think that would have been counted either way.
Yep. Now the other way comes APA. Quick shot by Hakeem. Misses the runner off the glass. Rebound by Janes up the floor to Cornell. High on the left side. Crosses over. Able to shake Duwan. Kicks it back out to Janes. Janes into the corner to Cornell. He'll set for the 3. Knocks it down. A Lumber plus 3-pointer. Cornell with 9, and it's a 13-point Cowboy lead.
Just like that, an 11-0 run by Kanab, Robert.
Now Cornell tips the pass. Picked up, though, by Duwan. Duwan bounces into the corner to Halaba. He'll rise for 3. In and out. Cornell the rebound for Kanab. Coach Glazer saying to play for one shot.
Yeah, why not with a 13-point lead?
Cornell right side high. Picked up by Hakeem. Comes over to Janes. Janes holding. Now goes to the wing to Glover. Skips it over to Cornell. Deep 3, wide open. Nothing but net. A Lumber plus 3-pointers. Cornell's 4th of this first quarter. 2 seconds left. Halaba from half court. It falls short. And at the end of 1, it's all Kanab on the Kane County Hospital scoreboards. Cowboys at 26, APA West Valley 10 in the 2A quarterfinals on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom.
Edge Tire Pros in Nephi is the smart choice for a new set of tires for your pickup, work vehicle, or passenger car. The technicians at Edge Tire Pros provide trustworthy service on oil changes, brake work, and suspension accessories like lift kits, bed liners, and custom rims. Choose from a wide variety of tires including Cooper, BF Goodrich, and Michelin with a nationwide warranty on free flat tire repair, free rotation, and free road hazard. For a limited time, get the Edge Bronze oil change for just $19.99. Edge Tire Pros across the street from Parks Home Furnishings on Main Street in Nephi.
Are you a new CDL license holder? If so, Barney Trucking would like to train and pay you to become a world-class truck driver on state-of-the-art equipment. They also provide you with reliable, courteous support, a fantastic wage, paid holidays, solid benefits, home daily schedules, paid time off, an excellent safety record, and respect. Dependable truck drivers have been Barney Trucking's #1 investment since 1947. Start your outstanding career by applying today at barneyjobs.com. barneyjobs.com.
Exciting high school sports action on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and Centricom Channel 10.
Welcome back here to Salt Lake Community College. Scott, let's go over some of those notes you looked at for the 8 teams coming into this state tournament and how they fared against each other this year.
Well, so for the Kanab Cowboys, they played these teams 7 times. They had a 4-3 record. Again, 0-2 against Enterprise. And American Prep West Valley didn't play a team in the top 8.
Yeah. So there you go. APA West Valley basketball to start the second quarter, down 16. Right corner, Akwar got wide open, 3 on the way, missed it off the rim. Rebound tipped off the glass. It's on the ground, and a foul will be called. It's going to go against,
I think, Duwan.
Yeah, APA West Valley. So that'll be the second on Moses Duwan.
Yeah, he's got 2. The only 3 team fouls in the game, but, good hustle just got the arm of Logan Little, knocking the ball away.
We do have the Millard Eagles. They've been here since the opening tip-off. Duchesne now making their way into the gym.
Well, that ought to be a good game. Put that one on your viewing schedule.
That's right. That's next. Up top is Cornell. Backs out right side high, kicks it out to Glover. Glover goes down the lane to Houston. Houston working his way inside, kicks to Cornell. 3 on the way. Short off the rim. Brown has the backside rebound. Blocked on the shot. Akwar has it coming the other way for APA West Valley. Brown slow to get up. And a charge called as Jordan Cornell draws the charge on Comey Akwar.
Yeah, he maintained his position and stayed in the way. And that'll be foul number 1 on Comey Akwar. Big block on the other end.
Yeah.
You didn't see it, but two players banged into each other from APA West Valley. But a really nice block on that inside shot.
Little back into the game for Houston. James goes left corner to Cornell. 3 on the way. Short off the rim. Duwan the rebound for APA West Valley.
You expect all those to go in the way he was shooting. Now 0 for 2 in the second quarter.
Left side high is Akeem. He'll come out to the volleyball line to Halaba. Lobs high post from Mapor. Mapor goes right side to Akor. Back to Mapor, who is coming to set a screen. Able to catch it. Passes out to Halaba. Splits to the defense. Kicks it left wing. 3 on the way for Akeem. Round the rim, no good. Rebound. Knocked away by Akor. Picked up by Akeem. He'll drive in. Nice bounce pass across to Mapor for the right side lay-in.
Yeah, credit Komi Akor as he hustled out to that side. He made all of that happen, and a great finish.
Glover will walk it up now for the Cowboys. 26-12. Kanab with the lead.
That stops a 14-0 run going into the first quarter.
Yeah. Right corner, Glover. Quick touch pass to Logan Little, streaking down the lane for the right-hand lay-in.
Wow, textbook give and go as Glover did a really nice job of not holding the ball. He just tipped it in.
Pass to the high post to Mapor. Lost the basketball. Picked up by Janes.
Third turnover of the first half for West Valley.
Another touch pass from Cornell to Little. This time he misses hard off the glass. Maybe he might not have even caught the glass.
Yeah, I think he was too wide open.
Yeah.
Wasn't quite ready for that one.
Under 6 to go in the first half on the Kane County Hospital scoreboard, 28-12. Cowboys. Right wing is Duan. Steps into a deep 3. Short off the rim. Brown, the backside rebound.
What's interesting is with the length of APA West Valley, nobody inside to rebound.
Yeah. Timeout called for the Kanab Cowboys. It's a Honey's Marketplace timeout, 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here. Featuring specialty items like gourmet burgers, crab salads, smoked ribs, fresh-cut fruit, and bakery bread made from scratch every day. Groceries and so much more at Honey's Marketplace in Kanab. And, Scott, you were just pointing that out. What else you seeing so far in this game?
Well, mainly the rebounding inside. You know, I mean, they've got to make all their shots if they're not going to have it. And with the size, they really have a size advantage overall. And but that's not showing up here. We talked about rebounds being not necessarily one of the keys, but the Kanab Cowboys right now dominating the rebounding battle against APA West Valley.
They're almost running a 4-out, 1-in, but they run the 1-in to the high post, and so it makes it so there's really nobody on the block. Yeah,
so they really haven't had any offensive rebound. The one opportunity was the one just now with the core as he threw it in for the finish by Mpur.
5:45 to go in the first half on the Kane County Hospital scoreboard, 28-12. Kanab with the lead over APA West Valley in this 2A quarterfinal game. Winner moves on to the semifinals tomorrow. Glover across the timeline, works his way right wing and hands off to Janes. Up top, Little, left wing to Brown. Looking inside for Janes. Now they lob in to him, but threw it behind him, and Halaba easily takes it away.
Yeah, Canes went left, the pass went right.
Pass up ahead to Akor in the corner. Fakes right, going to drive left inside, splits to the defense, countered and he's fouled. Komi Akor, the bucket and the chance of the three-point play.
What a beautiful take from left to right as he took that one little hop inside, split the defenders, earned the hoop and the harm.
First foul on Janes. Yeah, Akor can play.
Yeah.
Steps up to the Glaziers, the Family Market free throw line. Kane County's full-service grocer. That's Glaziers Family Market in Kanab.
Only 2 team fouls on the Cowboys. Really neither team with much foul trouble yet.
Akor does get the and one to go off the bounce. Across the timeline comes Glover.
So we talked about Brown going out, but he's back in, so apparently whatever it was okay.
James drives in, puts a pump fake up, misses the shot, rebound by Little, and he gets the putback.
That was a lot harder than the one he missed, but he put that one back in from 6.
Logan Little with 6 points. Under 5 to go in the half, 30-15. Kanab, high post Halaba. Faces up, nothing there as Little picks him up. One dribble, hands off on the wing to Akor. He'll rise for the deep 3. Bank is open for Komi Akor as he knocks down the Lumber Plus triple.
Yeah, that was a big one as it keeps that lead from getting out of hand back within 12.
30-18. Mbuera now going to face guard Cal Glover. As Cornell brings it across the timeline, left wing it goes to Brown. 1-4 high for Kanab. Yeah, Brown holding, goes for Janes. Ball got tipped away by Akeem. Janes able to corral it, and Akeem will be called for the reach-in.
Yeah, no more zone. They've gone to man-to-man to try to slow down some of the shooting for the Cowboys. And just a little bit too aggressive, a lot of hands.
Yeah, 2 youngest on the floor guarding each other over there. Glover, the sophomore for Kanab, and Mbuera, a freshman for APA West Valley. Pass comes in to Brown. Looking backdoor, got kicked out of bounds by Komi Akor on the pass, so remains Kanab basketball on the baseline.
These last 4 minutes are going to be very important for APA West Valley to stay close in this one.
You really want to get back within single digits. Yeah. Kanab obviously hoping to get back up by 16, 20 points as Trent Orton into the game for Derek Brown. Derek Brown doesn't seem quite right as he's coming out. I'm not sure what's going on with him, but
might just be he's mad he's coming out.
Well, yeah, could be.
But I agree, something Something's up there.
Cornell tries the backdoor lob, a little bit short, knocked it out of bounds by a quarter. Remains Kanab basketball on the far sideline. Janes will inbound for the Cowboys. Comes in for Orton. Orton on the volleyball line. Goes right side high to Cornell. Lobs in for Little, who got position on Argumento for the right side layup. Missed it. Janes the backside rebound. He's fouled as he goes back up. Free throws coming for Kason Janes.
Yeah, just little short arms, that kind of an easy finish, but Janes there, and it's just too hard. Too hard to guard underneath there.
Second foul on Argumento, sixth team foul on APA West Valley. First free throw from the Glaziers Family Market free throw line for Janes, too hard.
It's the first missed free throw in the game for the Cowboys. And Janes is now 2 for 3.
Thon Mapor into the game for Argumento for APA. Second free throw from Janes, good.
So Janes now with 7.
31-18, 13-point Cowboy lead. Hakeem across the timeline. Goes left side high to Halaba, into the short corner to Akor, steps out into the corner, bounces to Hakeem, pull up 15-footer from the left elbow, knocks it down.
Yeah, really nicely done by the junior. First points of the game.
Yeah, Umbuera's just not even letting Glover get the basketball in the backcourt there.
No, he's not. He's going to stay close.
Janes off the screen, drives in, got the defense to fly by, and gets the layup on the right side.
Yeah, how smart is Kason Janes? He saw the help coming, just took that one pump fake pause, and then all by himself on the right side.
Lob left corner to Akor, touch pass out to Halaba on the wing, picks it up, bounces inside, got tipped away, picked up by Little. Kanab coming the other way, Glover has it. Glover up top, nearly lost it, able to regather, being double teamed, has his pass taken away, bounce ahead to Akor. Akor going to drive in, and he's fouled on the way up. Free throws coming for Comey Akor as Kel Glover picks up his first foul.
Glover just went out of position. That's already 3 turnovers for APA West Valley in this second quarter, with only 1 in the first quarter. Kanab with 2 with only 1. So the defensive intensity picking up with the man-to-man.
So Akor steps up to the Glaziers Family Market free throw line. Going on right now, the 3A state tournament. The 3-6 matchup is third-seeded Emory against 6th-seeded Summit Academy. That's another one you can catch on TeamHive.live. As Akor gets the first one to go.
He's the first player to – no, not the first player. First player for APA West Valley in double figures.
Yep.
Cornell. Yeah.
Second one for Akor. He's using every part of the rim on those free throws, but he's gotten all 3 of them to go in. He has 11. Timeout called. We'll take it with him. 3:15 to go in the first half on the Kane County Hospital scoreboard. Kanab 33, APA West Valley 22 in the 2A quarterfinals. A Honey's Marketplace timeout on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom.
Centricom believes the service relationship continues long after installation, and we're available to support you every step of the way. That's why if there is a problem with our equipment, a service visit from us means no cost to you. We know the value of a satisfied customer, so if you refer us to a friend, we'll take care of them and you'll get 1 month of service free. We promise to make your experience the best it can be. Centricom, keeping you connected.
Exciting high school sports action on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and Centricom Channel 10.
Welcome back here to Salt Lake Community College. I mentioned that 3A game. Let's give you a Houston's Trails End Restaurant score update. Stop in for delicious Western entrees and chicken fried steak with Bob's Homemade Country Gravy. For takeout or catering, call 1-800-599-2488. And it is Summit Academy leading Emory, third-seeded Emory, 21-12. That's with 6:25 to go in the second quarter.
What is the RPI with those two teams?
So Emory's 3, Summit Academy 6.
Okay.
And I look at 3A and I say you got Manti up here, then you've got 7 or 8 teams that are all the same. You could just interchange them.
Manti the favorite.
Cornell goes right wing to Orton. Orton lobs in for Janes, who got position. Nice pass across for Little for the right side lay-in.
And Logan Little does something. He feels the pressure coming. He really quickly back up and in, avoids the block.
35-22. Good play for Kanab coming out of the Honey's Marketplace timeout. Right wing, Akor. Looking to drive baseline, cut off by Janes. He'll back out. Kicks it out to Halaba. Now to Hakeem. Going to drive in behind the back. Gets it to the left junction. Nice pass underneath to Umbuera. Reverse layup blocked by Janes. Out of bounds. APA West Valley basketball on the baseline.
Yeah, Umbuera did a really nice job with the head fake. Just Kason Janes with that athleticism comes from the left side on the blind side. Blocks that one out of bounds.
Umbuera going to come out of the game as Oliver Hakeem checks in for the first time. Peter Hakeem to inbound. Bounces into left side to Oliver Hakeem. He's going to dribble in left to right. Take a bump, lost the basketball. Goes right to a core, steps into a deep three. Off the back of the rim, no good. Hakeem the rebound, quickly back up, no good. Mapor the rebound, he misses short. Rebounds on the ground and a foul called as bodies hit the floor.
Yeah, that might be on Kason James. If so, it's number 2.
And that's going to be the case as Kason James will pick up his second, team's fourth. Hakeem inbound, comes left side to Okwor.
Kanab's not letting Okur have any space at all.
No, they aren't. Hand off to Hakeem. He's going to drive in, down the lane, puts up the finger roll, got it to go.
What a take. Peter Hakeem, he just goes right to the edge of the rim and puts that in. Beautiful.
35-24 now Kanab, and a reach and foul called on Hakeem. That'll be his second, team's 7th, and it sends Jordan Cornell to the Glaziers Family Market free throw line to shoot 1-1.
So the announcers jinx, since I talked about the fact there's really no foul trouble, now you've got 3 players, Hakeem, Argumedo, and Duan, all with 2 fouls. And the bonus for the Cowboys.
James comes out of the game. He's with his 2 fouls. He's also holding his nose, going to go. Might have taken a swipe across the face there as Cornell misses the front end of the 1-1. Rebound out of bounds off of a core Kanab basketball.
You just, with the shooting style of Jordan Cornell, you really never expect him to miss ever. He's got one of the softest shots you've ever seen.
Yeah. Glover to inbound underneath. 3 low, 1 high for Kanab. Bounce into Cornell on the left wing. Guarded by Mapor. Step back. Tries to pass inside for Little. Went right past everybody. Saved by Orton. Picked up by Glover.
Yeah, really great hustle.
Coach Glazier resets the offense. Right side high, Cornell. Guarded tight by Mapor. Here comes the trap. Get a drive baseline. Got around everybody. Hangs in the air. Got it to go. Cornell with 14.
Boy, among the tall timber, Cornell kind of reaches back on that right side and puts it in.
Hakeem comes right side high to Okwor. Up top, Halaba. Going to drive right, gets in the lane, kicks it to the corner, got tipped by Glover, out of bounds off of Hakeem. Kanab basketball.
Yeah, credit Derek Glover, or Cale Glover rather, as he's the one that tipped that out, gave the APA player no chance to fix that. Well, I do like the defense of APA West Valley. I like the man-to-man a lot better than the zone, and they're playing tight.
Yeah, and they're trying to run it into a trap up top with that second defender. Up top is Cornell, fakes left, drives right, gets in the lane, scoops with the right hand off the glass, no good. Hakeem the rebound, that's Oliver, he'll get it out to Peter Hakeem.
That's the shot APA West Valley wants Kanab to take.
Still a 13-point Cowboy lead, 37-24, 1 minute to go in the first half. Peter Hakeem going to lower the shoulder, drives in, tries to pass out, and a foul called on the drive. And it's going to go against Jordan Cornell. Yep. So Cornell will pick up his first, team's 5th.
Yeah. So James with the 2, but everybody else with 1. So Brown, Glover, and Cornell all with 1.
Shamarke Mbuera back into the game for Oliver Hakeem. Peter Hakeem inbound, lobs to Halaba, who got left wide open and knocks down the 10-footer down the lane.
I don't think it's a Halaba you want to leave alone down the lane.
He has 9, which puts APA West Valley within 11, a chance for them to close it to single digits if they can get a stop here. Right side high, Cornell, the deep 3 off the rim, no good. Backside rebound goes to Mbuera.
So here's that single-digit score that is possible.
Yes, it is. Argumedo comes out to Mbuera. Hands off to Hakeem on the volleyball line. 3 seconds difference between shot clock and game clock. 24 seconds to go in the half. Up top, Mbuera, guarded by Glover. Hands off to Okwor. He crosses over, picked up by Orton. Crosses again. Kicks it right wing to Hakeem. Brown on him tight, drives in, lowers the shoulder, scoops, and wave it off. Traveling is the call. 6th APA West Valley turnover.
Yeah, Brown did a really nice job of maintaining the backward stance. So even though the bump was there, it was really created by the offensive player, so the no call happens.
And when you lower that shoulder, it makes it easy to see that it's created by the offense. Yeah. Cornell across the timeline, 7 seconds to go in the half. Kanab leading by 11. 2A quarterfinal game, 4 seconds, crosses over. Guarded tight, comes off the screen, just throws it up at the horn. Not the shot they wanted as he talks to his sophomore teammate, Kel Glover, what he wanted him to do. But that's how the first half comes to an end on the Kane County Hospital scoreboard. Kanab 37, APA West Valley 26 in the 2A quarterfinals. We've got the Jones and Mill Engineering halftime show coming up next on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom.
Discover squeaky cheese, hand-dipped ice cream, and family-friendly bathrooms all at the Creamery, Beaver's Cheese Store. With an expanded storefront, you can explore our farm-to-table story, sample our signature cheeses, enjoy breakfast or lunch at the Creamery kitchen, or shop some of Utah's favorite products from specialty cheeses to local honey and jam. Stop on in and discover what the excitement is all about. Visit the Creamery in Beaver at 165 South, 500 West, now open Sundays noon to 6 and extended hours Thursdays and Fridays until 8 p.m.
Having a strong support team that you can trust can make or break an individual outcome. Just like on a sports team, our healthcare team at the Delta and Fillmore Community Hospitals are dedicated to provide quality care close to home on an individual basis. From our physicians to our nursing staff, along with our technicians and many other healthcare professionals, our team is ready to provide the best quality care for our friends, neighbors, and local athletes in Millard County. Intermountain Delta Community and Fillmore Community Hospitals, providing a strong, dedicated team for you.
You know what's better than a hardware store? A hardware store with a lumber mill. And even better, a hardware store lumber mill that carries top-rated Benjamin Moore and Clark Kensington paint. Plus, their color matching technology allows them to match any color. And you know what's better than an Ace hardware store? A locally owned Ace hardware store. Fish Lake Lumber in Beaver.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
The Intermountain Power Service Corporation is committed to supporting our local schools, communities, and the economies of central and south central Utah. Each year, IPSC's two 950-megawatt generating units provide 3 million megawatt hours of energy for communities in Utah and Southern California. The Intermountain Power Project ranks among the best of coal-based power plants in reliability, cost-effectiveness, and environmental responsibility. IPSC, honored to sponsor this sports broadcast.
Zions Bank proudly supports our local communities and schools. We've been providing families and businesses with banking tools and stellar service for nearly 150 years. For helping you achieve your financial goals, Zions Bank is for you.
The living room. It's a great place to watch TV. Just like your backyard, break time at the office, or while on the go. Now you can watch TV everywhere. Call or visit Centricom.com to learn more.
We go beyond filling prescriptions. Service Drug is a great place for shopping, too. Your family-owned and operated pharmacy that served our community since 1939. Service Drug is stocked full of gifts, home decor, seasonal items, greeting cards, even a wedding registry. And at the heart of what we do, assistance with your prescriptions, medical supplies, and equipment. Home delivery, vaccinations, and curbside pickup is available in Delta and Fillmore, and on Facebook and Instagram, where you get service first at Service Drug.
Live high school sports action on Centricom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Community College at the 2A Boys and Girls Basketball State Tournament. This is the Jones and DeMille Engineering halftime show, supporting our youth in their efforts to develop new talents and passions, paving the way to success. That's Jones and DeMille Engineering. At the half in this first quarterfinal of the day, it is number 3 Kanab 37, number 6 APA West Valley 26, an 11-point lead for Kanab on the Kane County Hospital scoreboard. Robert Lovell with you alongside Scott Langford. Scott, your takeaway from this first half?
Well, honestly, it looked like Kanab was going to run away with a 16-point lead after one, but then APA West Valley outscores the Cowboys 16-11 in that second. And I think the defensive switch made a huge difference. The field goal percentage dropped for the Cowboys in that second quarter.
Yeah. Let's take a look at our first half stats. We appreciate Zion Pharmacy. Since 1984, your family's pharmacy. And I don't know who's doing stats down there. Brad James, he unfortunately chose 3A, so he's down at Southern Utah with 3A. But we did have somebody bring us a stat sheet, so we appreciate them. And, Scott, what do those stats look like?
We do. So it's kind of what we talked about. Kanab actually total field goal percentage 56%. So that's pretty high for the Cowboys, for any team actually. And from three-point range, 6 for 12. And, so you've got Cornell and Glover with 6 3-pointers in that first half. All of those in the first quarter, though. None in the second.
They were probably, 6 or 9 maybe in the first quarter.
I think they were. I think they were 0 for 3 in the second quarter. On the flip side, for the APA West Valley team, you've got a field goal percentage of 39%. So quite a bit less. And they are only 3 out of 11, 27%. From outside the arc, so really the shot's not falling from the outside for APA West Valley.
Let's look at the leaders so far. First off for Kanab with the lead. Who are we looking there for Kanab?
14 points for Jordan Cornell, of course, 12 in that first quarter with 4 3-pointers, 9 for Kason Janes, 8 for Logan Little, and 6 for Cale Glover. So only 4 starters have scored, no bench points for the Cowboys.
Yeah, and then what about for APA?
Leading scorer is going to be Komi Akor with 11, Alaba with 9, 4 points for Hakeem, that's Peter, and then 2 points for Thon Mapur.
You look at the rebounds so far in this first half, it's 14-12 in favor of Kanab. Not a lot of rebounds.
No.
You look at this APA West Valley team. Now, again, part of it's their region, but they average 36 rebounds a game, and right now at 12.
Well, that's a lot closer than I thought it would be. Just watching the game, I would have said, if you would have had me guess, I would have said 18-11 would have been my guess. So it's a little closer than I thought it was.
So there's what your rebounds number look like. And APA West Valley actually has more offensive rebounds than Kanab does, which surprises me.
That
they
surprises
did get
me
3
a lot.
on one trip.
They did.
And
that is true.
That helps that numbers. They have 5 in the half.
But still, I mean, you know, sometimes you watch a game and it doesn't tell the whole tale until you look at the stats. You're like, oh, well, that's closer than it seems.
Yeah. Free throws, you already mentioned the total field goal shooting. Kanab 3 for 5, APA West Valley 3 for 3. Anything else stand out to you?
I don't think so. I think the assists, ironically, we talked about the assists for APA West Valley, but it's Kanab with a 10-7 lead on assists. Turnovers, not too bad. 6 for West Valley, APA West Valley, and only 4 for Kanab. That's, we talk about this a lot, kind of 10 to 12 is the magic number. If you stay below that, you give yourself a chance to win. And both teams right now, right in that area.
Yeah, they are. So once again, this is the Jones and Mill Engineering halftime show at your Zion Pharmacy stat check. Let's give you a quick Houston's Trails End Restaurant score update before we take our final break of the half. Houston's Trails End Restaurant, where the waitresses are guns on their hips and a smile on their lips. In the 3A 3-6 quarterfinal game down at Southern Utah University, at the half, it is Emory 26, Summit Academy 25. So Emory has come back to take the lead going into the break in that 3-6 matchup down in Cedar City. Of course, coming up next here in Salt Lake, we will have the 2-7 matchup, the 2 Eagles. Well, this is another Eagle we got going on here, but the 2 Region 16 Eagles. Yeah. We've got Millard and Duchesne in the 2-7 matchup coming up next, both region teams. And then...
and that one, just real quick, that one's going to be interesting because the Duchesne Eagles have gotten a little bit closer to Millard both times they played. So, I talked to Coach Aldridge last time, Dennis, and he said that's a scary matchup for the Millard Eagles because they're making progress.
Yeah. Yeah, the 3-point win and a 5-point win this season.
Yep.
And so that should be a fun matchup there. And then you and Dennis, speaking of Dennis, you'll have to call them the Enterprise Parowan game. Yeah. That should be a really fun one. That's coming up at 12:50.
Should be a battle. I mean, and that those two teams split the season matchup. So that, honestly, that ought to be a battle royal in Region 19.
Then the final boys game at 2:30 will be South Sevier American Heritage in the 4-5 matchup. And as far as most of the teams that we cover generally, American Heritage is a little bit of a mystery.
Yeah.
We know they beat San Juan by a lot. Enterprise beat them by a lot.
Yeah.
They've played South Summit, Judge Memorial, lost to those teams. They killed the Ben Lomond team, but we just don't know a whole lot about them yet.
Yeah, we don't.
And so it'll be interesting to see what that matchup looks like in the 4-5 matchup at 2:30. So at the half here in this first game of the day, though, it is number 3 Kanab 37, number 6 APA West Valley 26. Second half coming up next on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom.
Love cheese? We do too. If you are ready to take on the responsibility and opportunity that comes with being an employee owner, Great Lakes Cheese in Fillmore is ready for you. Grow with the largest natural cheese packager in the nation. Full-time positions available for every shift. Apply online at GreatLakesCheese.com. Again, that's GreatLakesCheese.com. Great Lakes Cheese, located on the south end of Fillmore, supporting Millard and surrounding counties in central Utah.
Vince Lombardi once said, "The measure of who we are is what we do with what we have." The quote rings true whether applied to our country, our schools, our homes, or on the field of play. We applaud our student athletes for their hard work and determination on the field and in the classroom. Brought to you by Sunrise Engineering, promoting excellence in sports and education. Visit us at sunrise-eng.com. That's sunrise-eng.com.
Live high school sports action on Centricom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Valley. Robert Lovell with you alongside Scott Langford. This once again has been the Jones and DeMille Engineering halftime show. From slam dunks to buzzer beaters, the Jones and DeMille Engineering team is here to help you tackle the toughest infrastructure issues. As we get ready for the second half now, Scott, let's look at our Kane School District keys of the second half. Rigor, relationship, relevance. Every student, every day. That's Kane School District. Any keys you see to these for these two teams in the second half?
Yeah, I'm still going to say it's going to be tempo. I think the first quarter was definitely the Kanab shot the lights out, and the tempo was very fast, but I think that came back to bite them in the second quarter as APA West Valley outscored the Cowboys by 5 in the second quarter. This game is within reach, and I think if Kanab can do that set that sets up the good shot and slow down this tempo, they win. For APA, it's all about keeping this thing fast.
So, start of the second half will be Kanab basketball. And it'll be Cornell, Glover, Little, Janes, and Brown starting 5 out there. Same for APA West Valley as they've got Umbrera, Argumedo, Halaba, Acor, and Hakeem. Quick pass from Janes to Little for the turnaround right-hand finish.
Yeah, Logan Little, no hesitation. He knew he was within about 4 feet. Turned around with a little baby hook up and in.
Second player in double figures for the Cowboys. He has 10, back to a 13-point Kanab lead. Right wing high as a core. Hesitates, going to drive into the left hand, puts it up against Janes. Scoop with the right hand, no good. Rebound by Janes, comes out to Glover.
What a move, and also a great defensive play. Good basketball.
Cornell with a quick pass to Little for another easy right hand finish. The transition game favoring the Cowboys to start the half.
Yeah, 4-0 run. And I talked about it before, Cornell with a quick shot, but how about Logan Little? He's just doing touch shots.
Yeah. Out to Hakeem. Left side eye comes to Acor, guarded by Janes. Lobs for Halaba. Going to go left to right across the lane. Got stripped by Janes and a reach-in foul called, and that'll be the third on Kason Janes, and he looks over to his coach knowing that he made a mistake there.
Yeah, that's one of those that gives coaches the male pattern baldness as your hair falls out, because that's trouble for Kanab. 3 fouls on their big guy.
Pass into Alaba, quick to Argumedo for 3. Air ball hard. Cornell, the backside rebound for Kanab. Up ahead to Brown on the right side. Brown dribbles in against the core. Blocked off the glass by a core. Little with the rebound. Kicks it out to Cornell. Left side high to Glover. Into the corner to Brown. Drives baseline. Got inside. Misses off the front of the rim. Janes the rebound. Pump fake. Goes back up. No good. Gets the tip back in. No good. And the rebound tipped out of bounds. Nope, saved. Barton. Now he did step on the baseline, so it'll be Kanab basketball on the baseline.
Wow.
3 or 4 point blank looks there for Kanab.
I just sat and watched great basketball. What a beautiful block on the layup. And one thing I found out is that you can take the ball after, as long as it's going up, you can block it at any time. I didn't know that until this year.
Pass comes into Janes, able to work his way inside. Just the beautiful footwork of Janes and the right-hand finish. He has 11.
Yeah, 6-0 run. Now that's the biggest lead of the game, 17 for the Cowboys.
Yes, it is. 43-26 on the Kane County Hospital scoreboard. Halaba off the screen, backdoor cut to Hakeem, who got wide open for the easy finish.
Yeah, really nice backdoor cut. That stops that run. Back within 15.
6:12 to go in the third quarter. And Buera still face guarding Kel Glover.
Boy, he's giving no space whatsoever to Glover.
Pass comes in right side to Brown, lobs in for Janes, working on Halaba. Tries to go underneath, able to create some space, got the spin to go.
How did he do that? And you called it, the spin, it actually hit the bottom of the rim and then crawled up and over.
Left corner goes to Argumedo for 3. Too hard. Janes the backside rebound. Quickly out ahead to Glover, who's in transition. Off the left side, drives in, puts up the 10-foot runner. Too hard off the glass. Brown the rebound. He'll go back up. No good. Rebound knocked out of bounds by Halaba. Kanab basketball.
Yeah, now the rebounding battle in the third quarter is definitely Kanab, as there's multiple opportunities on the first 3 possessions.
Trent Orton into the game for Kanab. And Thon Bapor into the game for APA. Gordon L got left wide open, was expecting somebody to be there. No one was, so he made the layup.
Yeah, too easy for Jordan Cornell. He's used to having to, a degree of difficulty to his shots.
Up to 19-point lead, and a block foul called on Cornell on the drive by Hakeem. That'll be the second.
Yep, just the second for Cornell.
19-point Cowboy lead, 47-28, 5:25 to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, something to watch. You got Cornell with 2 and Janes with 3.
Yeah.
And they're going to roll the dice, keep Janes on the floor.
Driving baseline is Acor, puts it up against Janes and gets it to go. Comey Acor with 13.
Yeah, that was beautiful play on the baseline.
And we've got a timeout called by Coach Wood. We'll take it. It's a full timeout. Honey's Marketplace timeout. Groceries and so much more. Honey's Marketplace in Kanab on the Kane County Hospital scoreboard. 5:18 to go in the third quarter. Kanab 47, APA West Valley 30 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom.
Hi, I'm Dustin Shakespeare, the Central Region Pathways Coordinator. Do you know what pathways are offered at your high school that connect with Snow College? Students enrolled in career technical education courses can develop valuable real-world technical skills and a strong academic foundation. Over 630 students completed CTE pathways last year in the Central Utah region. Our 35 pathways empower students to explore career options, pursue what they are passionate about, and earn valuable industry certifications. To learn more about these career pathways, talk to your CTE teachers and school counselors today.
Live high school sports action on Centricom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Community College, we come out of the Honeys Marketplace timeout. 17-point Cowboy lead, 47-30 on the Kane County Hospital scoreboard. And it will be Kanab basketball coming out of the timeout.
This is a big point in the game. It's either make or break it, up by 17. If Kanab, it's a tall task to come down from 17. I think the Eagles can do it, but they're going to have to do it now.
Yeah. Kason Janes staying in the game with those 3 fouls, picks up his dribble, goes left wing to Cornell, lobs down the lane for Little, and a foul going to be called on Thon Mapur on the entry pass.
Yeah, Mapur just a little bit heavy on the defense as pushing Little out. And the problem is it was fine up until the ball's coming, then the push out creates the contact and the foul.
Orton to inbound underneath. 17-point Cowboy lead. Lobs in for Little. Little working against Accor, puts it up, got it off the front of the rim. Logan Little with 14.
So Logan Little averages 7.5 a game. He's doubled that up already.
Accor with it left side high, guarded by Janes. Crosses over, going to drive left side. Janes just lets him go, playing with 3 fouls. He misses the shot off the glass. Rebound by Janes.
What a crossover dribble, though. That was an ankle breaker.
Nice pass from Janes to Orton. Tries to hand it off to Little. Got tipped away, picked back up, and hands out to Janes. Now they go to Cornell to set up the offense.
And this is something rare for Kanab this morning, has been this half-court set.
Yeah. Orton with it left side high. Comes out to Cornell. High post, he goes to Janes. Janes takes the double team, looking for a backdoor cut, not there. Kicks to Glover for the corner 3. Short off the rim. And Halaba with the rebound as he rips it away from Logan Little.
Yeah, I'm surprised that wasn't a jump ball, but Halaba did rip it right away, just as you said.
Halaba with it left side high. Hands off to Argumedo. Over to Akeem. Akeem going to work his way left to right down the lane. Puts up the runner as he takes the bump. No good off the rim. Little the rebound.
I think he was anticipating the foul, so he kind of went up with that quick push shot. Just short-armed it on the rim.
Cornell with the crossover. Jumps through the defense as he slices through for the right-hand finish.
Wow. And Kanab takes a timeout.
18 for Jordan Cornell with 3:54 to go in the third quarter in this 2A quarterfinal game. On the Kane County Hospital scoreboard, it's Kanab 51, APA West Valley 30. The largest lead of the game, now 21 for the Cowboys. Kane County Hospital providing care for the community with a 15-bed skilled nursing facility offering an astounding view while delivering the comforts of home.
Yeah, 14-4 run by the Cowboys in this third quarter, and it's just been devastating, and it's been inside moves. You know, you got Logan Little. We talk about the fact that inside APA West Valley has the size and strength, but really nobody inside defensively has been able to stop Logan Little, as he's been the big guy in the middle.
Now you look at you got Cornell with 18, Little with 14, Janes with 13.
Yeah, that's amazing. And in the first half, you had Logan Little was 4 for 6 from the field, and I think in this one he's probably 3 for 4 maybe. Yeah. Pretty efficient.
Peter Akeem walks it across the timeline. Lobs high post to Halaba, right wing to Umbuera. Pump fake, dribbles in, puts up the 17-foot runner, and he got it to go.
Beautiful shot.
Points.
Yeah, first points of the game. He averages almost 8, but a beautiful shot from the outside.
Glover bringing it up with the pressure defense of Umbuera, and Umbuera able to pick his pocket, takes it the other way. Right side finish is good.
Yeah, 4-0 run by Umbuera.
And Glover's going to call timeout, which has Shamarke Umbuera fired up.
Yeah, the full court press surprised the Cowboys.
So a timeout called. If it's a 30, we're going to keep it here. If it's a full, we'll take it. We got 3:22 to go in the third quarter. And it is going to be a full timeout, so we'll take the Honeys Marketplace at timeout. 17-point Cowboy lead on the Kane County Hospital scoreboard in the 2A quarterfinals on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs. Just complete an application on your phone or computer, or stop by any branch.
Hi, I'm Barrett Hilton with TeamHive.live, where we've created a locally run video streaming platform for Utah schools. Bookmark TeamHive.live, Utah's new home for streaming high school sports and other events. Powered by Centricom Local 10.
Edge Tire Pros in Nephi is the smart choice for a new set of tires for your pickup, work vehicle, or passenger car. The technicians at Edge Tire Pros provide trustworthy service on oil changes, brake work, and suspension accessories like lift kits, bed liners, and custom rims. Choose from a wide variety of tires including Cooper, BF Goodrich, and Michelin with a nationwide warranty on free flat tire repair, free rotation, and free road hazard. For a limited time, get the Edge Bronze oil change for just $19.99. Edge Tire Pros across the street from Parks Home Furnishings on Main Street in Nephi.
Live high school sports action on Centricom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
And another turnover by Kanab against the APA West Valley press. And Hakeem driving on baseline, got cut off, tries to lob to the middle, and Glover takes it back for the Cowboys. Up ahead to Derek Brown. He'll dribble left to right down the lane, puts up the shot, off the rim, no good. Little the rebound. He misses the putback. Brown the rebound, and he's fouled.
Yeah, I think Akor is going to get this one. He is, number 2. As Brown took that off balance, and Akor was just floating. It's kind of one of those happenstance fouls where you're just in the wrong spot and you do the little reach.
And now Coach Wood wants to talk about it. Another Honey's Marketplace timeout with 2:58 to go in the third quarter. In the last 46 seconds, we have had 3 timeouts.
Yeah, yes, we have. As the coaches are really saying, hey, everybody can sense that this game is either going to get out of hand or it's going to get back in more competitive fashion. And I think both coaches, I think Coach Glazier saying we've got to keep the pedal to the metal. Let's make our adjustments. And Coach Wood saying the same thing. He's like, we've got to get back in this. What can we do?
This is the Honey's Marketplace timeout, again featuring specialty items like gourmet burgers, crab salads, smoked ribs, and fresh cut fruit, and bakery bread made from scratch every day at Honey's Marketplace in Kanab, groceries, and so much more. And, of course, throughout today's game, we are looking for our Kanab Pizza Hut player of the game. Check out the tasty pizza specials at your hometown pizza in Kanab. The Big Dinner Box will feed your family with 2 one-topping pizzas and 2 sides for $25.99. Order at pizzahut.com. And the Kanab Drugs sub of the game. The soda fountain has paninis, wraps, personal pan pizzas, and smoothies. Cowboy basketball out of the timeout. They lob in for Derek Brown, who got position on Halaba. Got a little bit too deep, and he still got the shot to go off the rim.
Boy, that was a tough one. First bucket of the game for Trent Orton. Derek Brown. That was a tough one. Back over his head.
Halaba hands off to Mbuera. Dribbles into the free throw line, gets it back out to Akor, and he's going to be fouled on the reach-in by Derek Brown. That'll be his second.
Yeah, they've been calling it a little more in the second half on both teams. Very consistent officiating as the tried to take off that little angle so he couldn't do the crossover.
Up top is Halaba. Hands off to Mbuera. Works to the left side, hands it back to Akor. Akor crosses over, lost it, able to get it back. Pump fake, goes right side high to Halaba. Give and go back to Akor, puts it up. Offensive foul is the call as Trent Orton draws the charge for Kanab. Comey Akor picks up his third.
Yeah, Orton was just kind of standing and anticipated the pass, and you can see on the replay here, didn't move at all and ends up with the space.
Orton to inbound against the pressure. Really, the pressure's only on Glover.
Yeah, it's kind of strange.
So Cornell brings it across the timeline. He'll come right wing it to Brown. Free throw line extended. Up top to Orton off the screen. He'll take the deep straightaway 3. Off the rim, no good. And Brown, the rebound, tried to throw it off of the APA player, but it's picked up by Glover. And Glover's fouled by Hakeem as Peter Hakeem will pick up his third.
Yeah, that's a tough break. Once again, how about the hustle on Brown on the baseline, picking up that rebound? And he tried to throw it off the player, but was able to save it anyway.
19-point Cowboy lead, 2:03 to go in the third quarter on the Kane County Hospital scoreboard. They lob in for Cornell, and that's going to be another foul on Comey Akor. That'll be his 4th as he was kind of draped over the top of it.
Yeah, that is big trouble for the Eagles as the leading scorer has 4. And can he play 10 minutes without a foul?
He did it against North Severe. He picked up 4 fouls real quickly against North Severe and was able to play the rest of the game.
And honestly, I don't think they can take him out right now. I think they need his scoring and length.
Pass comes in out to Cornell on the other timeline. He'll come right side high to Orton. Hands off on the wing to Brown. Brown looking inside.
Zone defense again.
Yep. Cornell with it. Poked away from behind by Hakeem. He's going the other way off to the races for the easy right side finish.
Yeah, nice job coming from the back side, stripping from the from the back for the layup.
Hakeem now trying to put some pressure on Cornell as he brings it up the floor. 1:35 to go in the quarter. Cornell with the hesitation dribble, drives right side. Nobody stops him for the easy right-hand layup. Cornell with 20.
If you're going to play that tight, you've got to have the backside help.
Right side high. Akor with it, guarded by Brown. Hands it off to Mbuera, out to Hakeem near the timeline. He'll step into a deep three. Off the front of the rim, no good. Little the rebound for the Cowboys.
Yeah, that was a college three. Slightly short.
1:05 to go in the third quarter. It's now a 19-point Kanab lead, 55-36 in this two-way quarterfinal. Cornell crosses over, drives left side, puts it up as he got a seal from Little, misses off the glass. Rebound by Cornell, steps with the defense, lobs it out to Orton. He'll step into a three. Off the rim, no good, and the rebound goes to Mapur. Down to Akor, up ahead he goes to Mbuera. He'll put up the 8-foot runner on the baseline. Air ball hard. Orton the backside rebound for the Cowboys.
Fast and furious. Probably not the smartest shot. Could have taken that a little bit deeper into the lane.
Cornell hesitates, now spins down the lane, gets tied up by Mbuera, and a traveling violation called. 8th Kanab turnover.
Yeah, Mbuera with the hand in the cookie jar as the spin move. As he tried the spin move, he picked up the turnover instead of the foul. And here's your protection of Akor.
Yeah, final 32 seconds of this quarter.
Smart. I think that's smart.
They'll bring Moses Duan in. Argumento back in as well as they bring out Hakeem. Hakeem is staying in the game. Left side it is Halaba. Crosses over, steps back, nothing there. Kicks it up top to Duan. Duan dribbles right side. No, they've left the core in the game.
Yeah, they have.
He just walked over to the bench but stayed in the game. Now he'll drive in right side. Got tied up on the way and a foul called. And free throws coming for Komi Akor.
Yeah, Akor with 13 points in the game will go to the line. These are his first two free throws of the second half. He's 3 for 3.
Third foul on Derek Brown. Fourth foul on Kanab this half.
Wow. How dangerous is this Eagle team going to be next year? You got all these juniors coming back, including Akor.
Akor knocks down the first one. He has 14. Back on the Glazers Family Market free throw line. Second free throw, good. Akor 5 for 5 from the charity stripe. He has 15. Now they take him out.
Yeah, now on the defensive side, they'll say, okay, we're going to get him out. And James also, where's James?
He's
in the game.
Inbounded, yeah.
I'm not sure if him in either.
He's playing with 3 fouls as James.
Of course, it's the offensive side.
James dribbles left side. Hakeem on him tight, able to spin around him. Kicks it right side to Glover. Glover going to dribble right to left in the lane. Out to James for 3 at the horn. Nothing but net. Kaysen James, the Lumber Plus a 3-pointer. He has 16. Or they just call it 2.
They said it was a 2.
2-pointer, so it's 15 for Kaysen James. And at the end of, nope, now they have put it up to a 3. Anyway, he made a basket at the end of the quarter. And at the end of 3 on the Kane County Hospital scoreboard, it's Kanab 58, APA West Valley 38 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom.
Since 1947, Barney Trucking has built a reputation of unparalleled customer service and satisfaction in the trucking industry. Barney Trucking is now hiring drivers statewide, including Beaver, Millard, Sevier, San Pete, Juab, Carbon, Emery, Utah, and Salt Lake counties, as well as many other locations. The job includes a home daily schedule, excellent pay, benefits, training, retirement, a positive work environment, and requires a Class A CDL license with doubles endorsement. To apply, go to barneyjobs.com. That's barneyjobs.com.
Hi, I'm Barrett Hilton with TeamHive.live, where we've created a locally run video streaming platform for Utah schools. On our website, you're not going to wade through a bunch of unrelated content. You bring up TeamHive.live and you're just going to find a lot of high school sports and events. We've created tools that make it super easy for you to create events and stream to our site. And if you ever need help with anything, you can give me a call. So I want to invite your school to join the team. If you're a Utah high school, you can stream live on TeamHive. That's TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom.
Live high school sports action on Centricom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Discover Squeaky Cheese, hand-dipped ice cream.
The Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom. 20-point Cowboy lead, APA West Valley basketball, as Duan steps into a long two and knocks it down to start the fourth quarter.
Yeah, that's only the fourth bench point for the Eagles, and that was a nice shot from the outside.
58-40 your score. Preston Houston, right wing for the Cowboys. Looking for Little, lobs into him, makes the catch with 3 players around him, misses off the front of the rim, and the rebound goes to APA.
A rare short arm by Logan Little.
Akor with the deep 3, short off the rim. That was deeper than NBA range.
Yeah, it was.
Now Akeem with the rebound, has the ball stripped away, picked up by Glover for Kanab. He gets it down the floor to Janes. Janes steps through, hands off to Derek Brown. Left side layup is good.
Yeah, unselfish basketball. Kason Janes saw Brown coming from the left side.
And now Janes intercepts the pass, and a foul called. Who's it on?
That might be number 5.
It's going to go on Akor, and that'll be his 5th.
Yeah, that's one of those unfortunate fouls as he turns to catch the pass. And James there. James had the angle, if we could get a replay. James had the angle, and so really it is his possession.
Yeah, that was one of those where you almost expect a no call to happen, but they call the foul. 10th turnover APA West Valley, and Komi Akor has his season or his day come to an end. Down 20 points with 7:04 to go in the game.
Yeah, that is a tough break, and he'll end up with 15 points. Is that what you have?
Yep.
15 points on the morning.
20-point Cowboy lead. Right wing is Brown. Nothing on the cut. Comes up top to James. Left wing to Cornell. Up top to Glover off the screen. Deep straightaway 3. Nothing but net. A Lumber plus 3-pointer. Glover now with 9.
Yeah, his third 3-pointer of the game, and that was a beautiful shot off the. Just all in transition and all in the right motion.
This is now the largest lead at 23 points. Up top, Duan. He'll drive the lane, puts it up against the defense. No good, but free throws coming for Moses Duan.
Is that Cornell with that one? I believe so.
Yes.
That's his third personal foul. So now Cornell and James both with 3. 2 for Derek Brown. Not really, I mean, there's foul trouble, but with this kind of a lead, not so bad.
For APA West Valley, Audis Alaba has not scored in this second half as Duan makes the first one from the Glaziers Family Market free throw line. Especially now with the core out, they're really going to need Halaba to step up. The lone senior that starts for this team.
Yeah, he had 9 in the first half, but again, not a point in the second.
Duan in and out on the second one. Janes the rebound for the Cowboys.
That's the first free throw miss for APA West Valley this morning. They are now 6 of 7.
On the volleyball line, Glover goes left wing to Janes. Nothing on the curl. Comes up top to Brown. Right wing to Glover. Nothing inside. Bounces it up top to Cornell. Left side high to Little. Pass up top to Janes. Right wing Brown as they continue to work each other and cut through. Up top to Glover. Off the screen. 3 on the way. Short off the rim. And Oliver Akeem the rebound. Duan will bring it across the timeline. Duan crosses over, going to drive left side, tries to pass it back out, and Derek Brown takes it away, dribbles it off the foot of Halaba, out of bounds it goes. Kanab basketball.
Yeah, last touch by APA West Valley.
5:52 to go in the game, 22-point Cowboy lead as they are well on their way to tomorrow night's semifinal game. James across the timeline. Comes out to Glover. Picked up by Hakeem, goes left side high to Brown. Bounces inside to James. Working in against Argumento. Pump fake. Tries to step around him. Can't do it. Comes out to Glover. Back inside to James. And 3-second violation will be called against Kanab. Their 9th turnover.
Yeah, James did not ever leave the lane. And honestly, that's a call you don't see very often anymore. I think they could call it more often, but you don't see it very often. But he did not. And what he did is he reset deeper in the lane without clearing.
Yeah.
And so it did make a difference in the play.
Up top, Hakeem. Going to cross over, drives right side, hangs in the air, off the glass, no good. But he draws the 4th foul on Jordan Cornell, and Peter Hakeem will go to the Glaziers Family Market free throw line.
Yeah, Jordan Cornell complaining because it was his nose that ended up being the offending party on the foul. Just a good, strong move by Hakeem to the rim.
First free throws of the game for Hakeem. Misses the first one.
I like that when you see a guard, instead of fading away and trying to fade backwards and then use the English to put it in. I like going straight to the rim and either drawing the contact but forcing the shot.
They're going to bring Cornell out of the game as Coach Glazer visits with him about what he wants to see out of him. Gets Cornell's explanation as well. And now the rebound goes off of Logan Little and Derek Brown. They both went for it, then they both pulled back, and as a result it went out of bounds, and it's APA basketball.
You described that really well. Both fighting for it, both hands pull back, saying, okay, you got it.
Pass comes into Duan. Out to Argumedo. Into the corner it goes to Hakeem. He'll rise for three. Off the back of the rim, no good. James flies in for the rebound.
That's a big, strong rebound.
Up ahead to Glover. Glover on the right side. Bounces underneath to Little. Knocked out of bounds by Hakeem. Remains Kanab basketball on the baseline.
Yeah, Hakeem, really nice job getting down underneath, stopping what would have been a pretty easy layup for Logan Little.
5:08 to go in the game.
Oh,
they called a foul.
Wow.
So that'll be his fourth.
So they're saying that was on the ground. I actually didn't see the foul on that.
It must have been on that pass inside. So they're going to bring Logan Little to shoot on the pass to Little. They ended up calling a foul.
So it's 1-1.
Yeah, 7th team foul. So Logan Little will go to the Glaziers at Family Market free throw line to shoot 1-1.
Yeah, this is his first trip in the game.
Let's give you a Houston's Trails Inn Restaurant score update. End of the third quarter. Emory leads Summit Academy 37-36 in that 3A game. It's a battle. Front end is no good for Little off the back of the rim. Back the other way comes Hakeem. He'll cross over, kicks it left wing to Duan for the deep three. Rattles it in. Moses Duan with 6 off the bench.
Boy, the sophomore looks great.
And now nearly a turnover by Kanab as Hakeem was disrupting things, but James able to corral it, ends up going coast to coast, the reverse layup and the foul. Kaysen James with 18 and a chance to make it 19.
How smart was Kaysen as he goes on the baseline, uses the rim to protect that side, draws the contact and the bucket and the foul.
Foul goes on Moses Duan, his third. Brandon Day into the game now for Kanab for Logan Little. Kaysen James back at the Glaziers Family Market free throw line.
He's 3 for 4.
Make it 4 for 5.
Yeah.
19 for James. 66-44, 22-point Cowboy lead, 4:40 to go in the game. They skip it right side high. Now to the wing to Embuera. Out to Halaba. Halaba going to drive right. Comes to a jump stop, puts it up with the right hand and got it to go.
Well, that's what you were talking about before, is they've got to have Halaba scoring quickly in the bottom set.
James dribbles through the defense, spins down the lane against Halaba, off the glass and in. James with 21.
Yeah, the senior just taking over.
Brandon Day able to tip the ball. Last touch by Embuera, out of bounds, an APA turnover.
Yeah, Day gets hands in the lane and alters the trajectory of the ball.
Cornell back into the game for Kel Glover for Kanab. 4:16 to go. They lead by 22 on the Kane County Hospital scoreboard. James across the timeline. Comes out to the left side to Orton, out of the wing to Brown. On that 1-4 high UCLA action up top, James, right wing Orton. He'll step into a three, short off the rim. Daya the rebound. He'll go back up high off the glass, in and out.
Daya thought that was going in, so did I, but it took a weird bounce back out.
Hakeem the other way now. Goes right wing to Argumedo for three. Nothing but net, a Lumber plus three-pointer. Brandon Argumedo's first points.
Yeah, Argumedo really, he's had a couple nice looks, and the first one to drop 3 points.
James crosses over on the right side, picks it up, comes into the corner to Brown. Brown now backs out. He'll cross over again. Comes up top to Daya. Daya working his way through, looking to drive left. Kicks it off from the corner to Brown. 14 seconds on the shot clock, 3:18 to go in the game. Brown takes a bump. Nice backdoor pass for Orton, but a foul called.
That'll be number 5, I believe, on Hakeem also.
Yes, it is, and he just heads to the bench.
Yeah.
So he'll foul out with 3:11 to go in the game.
So Kanab using a lot of clock now. Really have slowed it down. Half court said that was down inside 5-6 seconds on the shot clock.
Preston Houston going to check in for Derek Brown, but Derek Brown the shooter, so wait for these free throws. 1-1 for Brown on the 9th team foul. Here's the front end. Off the rim, no good. Rebound by Duan. Embuera across the timeline. Comes left side high to Alaba. Looking to drive right. Cut off by Brown. Hands to Argumedo for the straightaway three. Off the back of the rim, no good. James the rebound for Kanab. Pressure defense against him. Has the ball poked away from behind, and it's picked up by Hakeem. He hands to Embuera. Three on the way. Too hard. James another rebound. Being triple teamed, and there's the reach-in foul, so Kaysen James will shoot two.
James a little frustrated with the contact, but I mean that's the team's trying to get back in it. They're a little desperate with the reaching and the slapping, trying to get that ball away.
Well, and he went right to Cornell and said, "I've got to know where you're at." I think he's trying to find somebody to outlet it to twice, and and so I think he went to Cornell.
Yeah, well, the last time he didn't have anybody, so he turned to go, but then he had two players come up from behind.
Yeah, so wanting to make sure they're on the same page as this goes down to the final 3 minutes. James misses the first one. Now Houston into the game for Brown. 68-49 is your score. Kanab with the lead. Second free throw from James. Got the bounce. He has 22.
Wow.
Right side, Duan. Comes out to Halaba. Jumps through the defense. 15-foot fadeaway. Got it to go off the front of the rim on the right side. Halaba with 13.
The degree of difficulty of that shot was way up there.
Left wing Orton. Out to Cornell. Off the screen by James. Cornell crosses over, goes back to the left side. Now backs out. Comes out to James on the volleyball line. Off the screen by Dea. Hands off back to Cornell. To Orton on the wing. Pass down the lane to Houston. Being double teamed. Tries to find some space. Kicks it back out to Orton up top. Back to Cornell. 8 seconds in the shot clock. Left side high James into the corner today. He'll turn around for the three. Off the rim, no good. Argumento the rebound for APA. Halaba working his way right side. Runs into Houston. Has to back out and knocks down the 15-footer.
That's 2 in a row. 2 tough buckets for Halaba.
Left wing is James. Couldn't get it to Orton on the curl as he backs out. Duan comes on him tight. James works his way into the corner. Now picks it up. Comes out to Cornell, but throw behind him. Into the backcourt it goes. Cornell will grab it for the over and back violation.
Yeah, for Halaba in the game. 15 points, Robert.
Yeah, playing well.
Yeah.
Troy Federkyle into the game now for Kanab. And Maddox Baird also coming in. You've got Federkyle, a sophomore guard, and Maddox Baird, a junior forward.
So the bench empties, gets the starters out. They've had a good morning.
And the sophomore Trajan Glazier into the game for Kanab. They leave Houston on the floor, who's played several minutes this game, and Brandon Dea, another senior for this team, that comes off the bench.
Preston Houston I watched him play football, and he was one of those young men that could stop an entire rushing attack on one side. You could get nothing out. It's going to be, it looks like a technical foul, I would say, for a substitution.
Yeah, must have not had one of these players in the book.
Yep, they're looking at the book.
And that's frustrating if you're Coach Glazier, obviously.
Yeah, it's probably Bucky Orton's fault the way it looks.
Halaba makes the first free throw from the Glazier's Family Market free throw line. He has 16. Make it 17 now for Halaba as he makes them both.
Yeah.
So it's now a 14-point game, 69-55, 1:33 to go in this one. And Buera in the backcourt with it for APA. Comes out to Oliver Akeem. Hands off to Halaba. Going to drive left to right. Scoop with the right hand. No good. But free throws coming for Halaba as he'll go back to the Glazier's Family Market free throw line with only 7 seconds off the clock. And now Coach Glazier going to put Glover and Cornell back into the game.
Well, Halaba already with 8 straight for APA West Valley. He can make it 10 with 2 free throws.
Makes the first one. So Glover, Cornell, Janes, and Little will come in for everybody except for Houston.
Well, I mean, because they've scored 6 points with almost no time off the clock.
And that technical foul really messed.
It really did.
Messed with what I think Coach Glazier was hoping would happen here. And we're at state tournament time. You don't mess with it.
No. Why take chances?
Second one, good for Halaba, around the rim and dropped it in. He has 19.
And all this with Hakeem and Akor on the bench.
Yeah. Glover will bring it out to Cornell. Now across the timeline to Janes. Left side to Glover. 1:17 to go in this one. Glover guarded tight by Duan. Goes off the screen by Little. Now picked up by Argumento. Lobs into the corner to Cornell. Kanab able to work some clock. Down to 1:07 left in the game. Hands to Cornell again. Right side high Janes. Janes, Glover, and Cornell content to play a 3-man weave. Keep away up top. Left wing Janes. Now he's going to take the three with 7 seconds on the shot clock. In and out. Houston, the offensive rebound, saves it into Janes. Wow. And Coach Glazier yelling at him, pull it out.
Athletic move by Houston.
Now Cornell will draw the foul, so he'll go to the line to shoot 2 as Moses Duan picks up his 4th.
Cornell, I think that the only blemish on his day so far is 0 for 1 from the free throw line.
He's got 20. Hasn't scored here in the fourth quarter. He can match Kason James here scoring-wise with these 2 free throws.
Yeah. Hit 14 in the first half. Now 6 in the second.
Got the bounce from the Glaziers at Family Market free throw line. Our next game is scheduled to tip off in 25 minutes, 11-10. Second free throw good, 22 for Cornell.
There's going to be a lot of fun basketball all this next 2 days. You're going to want to watch it on TeamHive.live.
Right wing Duwan steps into a three, in and out, Little the rebound. 36 seconds to go, 1 second difference between shot clock and game clock. Cornell across the timeline, guarded by Halaba, able to get it to Little. Out to Glover, into the wing to Cornell. He'll lob in for Houston, nearly overthrew him. Houston got a hand on it, but Mbuera knocked it away, but it's picked up by Janes, and now Halaba will foul Janes. Yeah, that'll send Janes to the line to shoot two.
James in the game is, 2, 4, 5 out of 7 from the free throw line. This has been a fun game, a high-scoring game for these two teams, but a fun game to watch. Kanab build a big enough lead, but it's been a lot of fun, a lot of athleticism with these two teams.
James misses the first one. Now Maddox Barrett into the game for Preston Houston for Kanab with 18 seconds left. Second free throw, good. So James with 23. Mbuera across the timeline. Crosses over, drives in, got cut off, now turns around, puts up the 14-footer off the glass and in. Mbuera.
6 second-half points.
6 seconds to go, and Coach Wood telling him not to foul. That'll do it. Canal will move on to the semifinals with a 72-59 win over the APA West Valley Eagles as the Cowboys go to the semifinals for the second straight season. We'll take the break and come back with the Sunrise Engineering postgame show next on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom.
Discover squeaky cheese, hand-dipped ice cream, and family-friendly bathrooms all at the Creamery, Beaver's Cheese Store. With an expanded storefront, you can explore our farm-to-table story, sample our signature cheeses, enjoy breakfast or lunch at the Creamery kitchen, or shop some of Utah's favorite products from specialty cheeses to local honey and jam. Stop on in and discover what the excitement is all about. Visit the Creamery in Beaver at 165 South, 500 West, now open Sundays noon to 6 and extended hours Thursdays and Fridays until 8 p.m.
Having a strong support team that you can trust can make or break an individual outcome. Just like on a sports team, our healthcare team at the Delta and Fillmore Community Hospitals are dedicated to provide quality care close to home on an individual basis. From our physicians to our nursing staff, along with our technicians and many other healthcare professionals, our team is ready to provide the best quality care for our friends, neighbors, and local athletes in Millard County. Intermountain Delta Community and Fillmore Community Hospitals, providing a strong, dedicated team for you.
You know what's better than a hardware store? A hardware store with a lumber mill. And even better, a hardware store lumber mill that carries top-rated Benjamin Moore and Clark Kensington paint. Plus, their color-matching technology allows them to match any color. And you know what's better than an Ace hardware store? A locally owned Ace hardware store. Fish Lake Lumber in Beaver.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
The Intermountain Power Service Corporation is committed to supporting our local schools, communities, and the economies of central and south central Utah. Each year, IPSC's two 950-megawatt generating units provide 3 million megawatt-hours of energy for communities in Utah and Southern California. The Intermountain Power Project ranks among the best of coal-based power plants in reliability, cost-effectiveness, and environmental responsibility. IPSC, honored to sponsor this sports broadcast.
Zions Bank proudly supports our local communities and schools. We've been providing families and businesses with banking tools and stellar service for nearly 150 years. For helping you achieve your financial goals, Zions Bank is for you.
The living room. It's a great place to watch TV.